Guys, Willie here with W.T.F car reviews, and today we're going to be reviewing the all-new 2023 Ford Raptor.
And a big thanks to Samantha and the rest of the management and staff here at Jenkins Ford in Crystal River, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to your inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Crystal River, Wekiwachi, Homosassa area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out, and ask for Samantha.
And for those of you guys who don't know, the Raptor has been the high-performance off-road variant of the F-150 since 2010. Originally available with a 5.4-liter V8, cranking out 320 horsepower, 390 pound-feet of torque, you could have upgraded to the 6.2-liter V8, which is straight out of the heavy-duty F-250 trucks. This motor cranked out 411 horsepower, 434 pound-feet of torque. After 2011, Ford stuck with a 6.2-liter V8 and dropped the 5.4. The Raptor was available with 35-inch tires for the first generation, same for the second generation. The second generation was released in 2017. Now, Ford dropped all V8 variants, only available with 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6, made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. This EcoBoost, though, makes a ton of power at 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. For 2021, the third generation Raptor that you see here was released, now sitting on 37-inch tires, no more leaf springs, and for 2023, we now have an available Raptor R, featuring a 5.2-liter supercharged V8, cranking out 700 horsepower, 640 pound-feet of torque. The 2023 Raptor starts around $76,000. You can upgrade to the R for an additional $30,000, but here we have the regular 3.5-liter EcoBoost Raptor with a base price around $76,000. What else do we get for that money? Let's jump right in. So up front, very aggressive Ford badge. Underneath the Ford badge, we have a forward-facing camera and 3 reflector lights right up top, which light up yellow, so people behind you see you have a very wide truck on the road. Full LEDs for the headlights for the high and low beam, LED fog lights down below too, full front parking sensing and tow hooks. Very large opening for the radiator up top, intercooler down below, and you can see your skid plates and really beefy tires and suspension setup. We'll take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling, the wheel and tires. We'll hop over here to the side and check them out. These are 17-inch rims, silver and black contrasted. It says Ford in the center, 6-piece lug pattern. These are BF Goodrich Baja Champion all-terrain tires. The dimensions are 315/70 R17. Functional heat extractor right up top, body color mirror with an additional camera underneath it, helping out with 360. It says Ford on the LED turn signal on the mirror. The glass fills up the entire frame, blind spot monitoring on the glass, all black trim for the window trim, blacked out B-pillar, smart access for the driver and a front passenger, no smart access out rear, but not a big deal. Fixed running boards on the side, they say Raptor on them. Hopefully you can pick it up on camera. The gas cap, it's not pushed to open, but you don't have to pull any latches inside to access it. We get easy fill. I recommend premium fuel only for this high output 3.5-liter EcoBoost V6. The rear wheel and tire setup, hopefully you guys can pick it up. We don't get leaf springs on the Raptor, which is nice. Should help for the on-road ride quality and the off-road capability. Get a good look at your shocks too, and a full-size spare tire. Out rear, full LED for the taillights, turn signals, and the reverse light. F-150 badge, Ford in the center, Raptor in the right corner. Shout out Jenkins Ford and Lincoln of Crystal River for making this review possible. Dual exhaust too. They're an active exhaust. I'll let you guys hear the difference between quiet and sport mode. Full rear parking sensing tow hitch. I'll leave a link right here to show you how much this truck is rated to tow. 2 cameras, or 1 camera and an additional zone light. You drop this tailgate, the click of a button, it's hydraulically damped, it's not electric. Does not go back up. We don't get a bed liner here standard, but of course you can add that in aftermarket. You have a AC adapter in the bed, LED lights and buttons which turn all the lights on for the bed itself. You get 4 tie downs, 1 in each corner, and the bed itself has a little bottle opener in the corner. That's a nice touch. We can lift this thing right back up, take a step back and hear those exhaust tips rumbling. Right now we're in sport mode. And speaking of exhaust tips, let's take a squat back here, get one last look at the rear suspension setup and the spare tire. We'll fire up this 3.5-liter V6. Well, it's already fired up. We'll rev it up in sport, throw it into quiet mode, and you guys can hear the difference. Alright guys, that was the sound of the 3.5-liter twin-turbo EcoBoost V6 sold by Ford for the 2023 Raptor. and it sounds pretty decent for an EcoBoost V6. Makes a ton of power, 450 horsepower, 510 pound-feet of torque. Made it to a 10-speed automatic transmission. You can expect 0 to 60 in the mid to high 5-second range, which is really fast for a massive full-size off-road capable truck. Hopefully you can pick up the Ford Performance badging on the engine. It says Raptor right up top. What you see is basically what we get. I appreciate the hydraulic struts. We can shut this hood right down, take one more step back, get a good look at the front styling, check out the side profile of this massive, menacing truck. But for a near $80,000 truck, what do we get in the interior? Let's check it out. So again, smart access for the driver and the front passenger. Up top, we have this faux leather stitch trim. It's very soft, and I like the orange contrast stitching. Gushy, soft leather for the armrest. The door handle, typical F-150. Auto one touch up front, power windows out rear, and they're power folding mirrors too. 3-person memory seats, Bang & Olufsen sound system, 2 tiers of storage. The top tier should fit quite a few candy bars. The bottom tier will fit 2 footlongs in this pocket, a 20-ounce water bottle, and probably a 6-inch sub with a big gulp to wash it down. Taking a step inside, we have these beefy Raptor running board. It says Ford Performance as we step inside. The seats, I'll move my pen out of the way. Sorry guys, they say Raptor for the backrest. The headrest is perforated leather. The whole center portion is perforated leather with some suede accents for the center and bolstering area to help make this seat a little bit grippier. The seats are fully adjustable. We have lumbar control. You can recline, drop, lift, and slide the seats. Heated and ventilated front seats. Taking a step inside, we can really check it out. Foot on the brake, engine start stop. And you can see everything fire right to life. It says Raptor on the massive 12-inch touchscreen, and we get this massive digital gauge display. But other than that, first thing we notice is the steering wheel. This is a full-size truck, and we get basically a sports car steering wheel. Very fat 10-2 bolstering notch, a very thick steering wheel in general. The paddle shifters are massive and magnesium. The horn area is all plastic, Ford badge in the center of the horn itself. Pretty aggressive sounding horn. People should definitely be getting out of your way. On the left side of the steering wheel, we have our adjustments for the cruise control, lane keep assist, radar cruise control, volume adjustments, the voice commands right next to it. Up top, we have our R mode. So you press this button and then you press it again to enter the My Mode settings. On the right side, we have our menu, infotainment adjustments, skip controls, and the adjustments for the steering, suspension, and exhaust. You guys heard the exhaust. It made a huge difference between sport and quiet mode. We'll see how the suspension and steering acts once we take this truck out for a drive. The infotainment adjustments, as we mentioned, right now we're looking at fuel economy. Beneath that, trip 1, trip 2, seat belts, and the driver assistance. You can go back, press back one more time, and now we can adjust between My View, trip, fuel, Raptor info, towing, and overall settings. My personal favorite to look at all times would probably just be trip and fuel, so we'll leave it right there. Driver assistance, cool. On the left side, we have a tach that goes to about 6,200 RPM. Speedometer goes to 140. Song that's currently playing down below. Gear we're currently in, and our Raptor modes all in the left corner with the temperature outside. Up top, coolant and oil temperature. We have a transmission temperature too, and fuel level. The dashboard, all stitched material, just like the upper part of the door panel, very high quality materials. Faux aluminum outside of the air vents with some more orange red accents. Zone lights for the mirrors, and you can drop your tailgate bed with the click of a button. Beneath that, zone light for the bed area, automatic headlights, fog lights, and interior brightness on the right side. Adjustable pedals, that's a nice feature for shorter drivers, or if you share the truck with a shorter driver. Electronic parking brake, and hopefully you can get a good look at the pedals. Power tilt and telescoping steering wheel, that's appreciated. Auto rain sensing wipers, and we have 4 additional speakers for this dashboard area. 5 actually, if you include that one in the center. Engine start stop button to the right of the steering wheel. Pro trailer mode with the trailer brake controller right beneath it. 4-wheel drive adjustments, 2 high, 4 auto, and 4 low. With the push of a button, you can lock the rear axle, and our drive modes include normal mode, sport mode, tow haul, slippery. We also get off-road, Baja, and rock crawl. We're gonna start this review off in normal, transition into sport, and you see what the differences are. I wish I had a Raptor of my own. We could test out the off-road and Baja settings, but for the dealership car, we'll keep everything in normal and try it out in sport. The screen, 12-inch screen, it is massive, and I like how it's horizontally laid out, unlike the Ram, which is vertically laid out. You can adjust between audio. It takes a second to respond, probably because this plastic is still over the screen. We have phone, navigation, cool. Check out the response for the screen. Remember, it might be a little bit worse because of this plastic, but nope, still excellent response for the touchscreen. Great resolution. We have favorites, apps, Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, settings, features. My personal favorites to look at all times would be the navigation, so we'll leave it there. Bed camera, you press this button and we can see an at all times camera in our bed. This also kind of functions as a digital rear view mirror. We don't get a digital rear view mirror, unfortunately. I kind of wish we did for a vehicle in this price point, but we still technically have one right there in the corner. If you don't want to look at your bed camera, we also have zone light, off-road, fuel economy, trips, phone, audio, ton of settings to adjust. Beneath that, we have our volume and tune adjustments, dual zone automatic climate control, heated and ventilated seats as we mentioned, wireless charging pad, USB-C and USB-A port down below. This cubby you can close by pushing it, and the material is a matte black. It's not a piano black, so you don't really have to worry about fingerprints as much smudging up in your interior. The gear selector controls the 10-speed automatic transmission, the backup camera, really high resolution. We get a 360 over the top, guidance lines and trajectory. No complaints whatsoever. Throw this thing into park. You press this button and the gear selector hides away. That's a cool feature because this really gushy soft armrest retracts into a portable workbench table. Perfect for job sites, especially considering we have an AC adapter right here with a 12 volt right up top. You can fold this workbench away, bring the gear selector back, and it does so pretty quickly. Next to it, we have a little bit of storage, good spot for coins, pens, 2 cup holders. You'll fit 24-ounce water bottles in there, solid size cup holders. The center console, you press this button, it is massive. You're gonna fit a 12-pack of 2-liter bottles of soda in here. You'll fit 3 or 4 bowling balls. Truly a massive console space. Additional USB-C and USB-A port to this cubby. Or tray is also very spacious. There's a coin slot spot for business cards, and the whole center portion is pretty deep too. You'll fit probably 6, maybe 7 iPhones in there. The glove box, you press this button, you can see the top tier. It's pretty spacious. You'll fit a pair of shoes in there. Underneath that, we have the second tier, which is not damped or lined with felt, but it's decently large. I'd expect you to fit 10, maybe 15 license plates. You'll fit a pair of shoes in there. I apologize for the glare. The sun is beaming right on this truck. We'll wrap up this front seat portion. The rear view mirror, it's not frameless, but it is auto dimming. The interior light is LED. We have sunglass holder, auxiliary modes. No moonroof, unfortunately, but we do get 3 additional speakers in the roof. This sound system is probably absolutely incredible, the Bang & Olufsen sound system. That's about it for the front seat. Let's hop out back, see how much space is offered back there, as well as the overall quality of the materials. Up top, we have the same materials up front. This faux leather with contrast stitching is very soft, nice spot to rest your arm. Even softer is the leather armrest, door handle, power window, 2 cup holders, 1 down below, 1 up top. You probably fit 20-ounce water bottle. I wish it wasn't a square. I've never seen a square cup, but you can fit a 20-ounce water bottle in there. 2 tiers of storage. You'll fit candy bars up top. Down below, you'll fit 2 footlongs, probably a 6-inch sub with a 20-ounce water bottle to wash it down. The running board continues. It says Raptor on it. Hopefully you guys can also get a good idea of the size of the floor, the back seat folded up. You can lay a sleeping bag down here in an emergency situation. You can spend the night in the back of your Raptor. You drop the seat right back down. The material is still perforated for the center with suede for the accents around the bolsters and the middle portion to keep you in your seat a little bit better. It's not a very well bolstered back seat, but it's decent. We have heated seats out rear, which is a nice feature. The legroom, typical full-size truck. I'm a little bit over 6 feet tall. Foot in the running board because we're a little bit high up. Grab handle. But the process itself, not tough for somebody my size. Legroom wise, I have at least a foot, possibly 2. Just about unlimited room for my feet. Headroom, I have at least 4 or 5 inches. If you're under 7 feet tall, you'll have no problem sitting in the back of this Raptor. Again, heated rear seats, 2 cup holders with a nice slot for, not quite sure what would fit there, probably like a pack of cigarettes or something. Air vents, an additional AC adapter, and USB-A and USB-C port. There are map pockets behind both of the front seats. The interior lights are LED. We don't get a top grab handle, but we still get a grab handle to get in and out of the truck, and a nice hook for a suit or a dress. That's about it for this back seat. We get a center cubby. You can open it up, and there's 2 sides of leather, 2 cup holders. You'll fit 20-ounce water bottles in there. Sliding rear glass too. I didn't show you guys up front. The button to slide the glass is right in between those 2 lights, and it opens up. You can throw some trash into the bed or whatnot. That's about it for the back seat, guys. That's about it for the inside and outside of this truck. We'll walk around it one more time. Absolutely menacing. I love the Ford Raptor. I love the V8 engines for the F-150s. Hopefully I can get my hands on the Raptor R with that 5.2-liter supercharged V8 engine. But this is a 3.5 EcoBoost. Still makes a ton of power. As far as the performance, let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. All right, guys, now we're just about seeing everything we need to see with the inside and outside of the 2023 F-150 Raptor. Let's take it out for a drive and see what it's got. And right now, we're in normal mode, in quiet exhaust mode, and it sounds really quiet. You don't really hear the exhaust at all. We'll slow down a little bit, lean into it to see if we hear anything. About half throttle. Yeah, you definitely still hear something, but definitely quieter compared to sport. And sitting up this high, like, you don't realize how high you are until you're actually sitting inside. The 35s or 37-inch tires on this truck are a game changer. Plus the lift kit. This is a straight off-road ready truck. I would love to get my hands on that new Raptor R at some point, but this thing is still really high off the ground. We'll try it out in sport suspension mode, see if it changes up a little bit. Yeah, it feels a little bit stiffer. The steering doesn't change, but that's because the steering is also adjustable. We'll throw it into sport steering. Not a very big difference. I feel a little bit more weight throwing it in. The suspension, I feel a difference, but the steering, I don't feel much. It still feels very good. Even in normal mode, the steering felt solid. We'll try it out in comfort. Yeah, immediately much lighter. So comfort to normal is a much bigger difference than normal to sport. We'll try the suspension out. Back in normal. With the steering in comfort. And now this feels very luxurious. Now this reminds me almost like a Ram truck with the super light steering and soft suspension. So it gives you the best of all worlds in this truck. If you want to beat on it a little bit, throw it into sport. It'll give you more stiffness. It'll give you a stiffer steering rack too. And if you want a more luxurious long trip type of ride, throw it into comfort or normal mode and it will be very docile. All right, guys, we'll try the exhaust in sport mode, see how it sounds, lean into it a little bit. Yeah, it's a little bit louder. The idle is the biggest difference. When you're idling in quiet mode, it basically sounds like a regular EcoBoost F-150. But when you're idling in sport, I'm not going to say it almost sounds like a V8, but it sounds very throaty when it idles in sport mode. About half throttle. The torque feels good. It doesn't feel over the top up top, but down low the torque feels very good. Steering stays solid even at higher speeds. We'll throw the steering back into sport. I prefer the steering in sport mode. The suspension though, I prefer it in normal mode for just regular driving. Brakes feel good too. These are just regular dual pistons up front, I believe, but they're tuned very tightly. I do wish they gave us more higher performance brakes for the Raptor, but they still feel very solid, at least for the street. I forgot to do the acceleration. Does this loop around?
Yeah, just.
Oh, it does loop around.
You could have turned there, but I wasn't sure how long your video is gonna be. So
It's just like a quick little 5-10 minute drive.
So then at this one, you can turn off.
Okay.
I believe that'll take you right to the lights, or you can turn around, whichever you prefer. Totally up to you.
This gives me enough for acceleration. All right, guys, we'll try an acceleration out off the line, put it into 4-wheel drive automatic. Drive mode selector into sport mode. Off the line. On the gas. Boost. Woo! Yeah, that felt pretty strong. I think we might have chirped the front tires there in 4-wheel drive auto. The throttle's a lot more sensitive in sport mode. That's for sure. Steering feels a little bit tighter. And we hold our revs. We're currently just cruising at like 2,400 RPM. So for daily driving, I wouldn't leave it in sport mode. If you're trying to show off to your friends, throw it in sport mode. But for daily driving, I would leave it in normal. All right, guys, that last acceleration was actually in 2-wheel drive. That's why we spun. One time in 4-wheel drive, just on the gas, boost. Yeah, that was a big difference. Absolutely zero wheel spin. It pulls pretty hard to 60. I don't see like a low 5 seconds 0 to 60. But it should get there under 6. It feels very quick for a full-size truck. We'll slow down a little bit, try a moving pull. Oh, it's 55 here, dude. On the gas. Ooh. this thing can get up and go. We've driven this 3.5 liter EcoBoost V6 in countless F-150s, but this is the high output. You're not going to get this level of power in any other F-150 but the Raptor, and it makes a ton of power. Try out this truck's turning radius real quick. I don't think we're making this. I don't think we're going to be even close. Nope. Not going to knock it. It's a tight road. Still in four-wheel drive in sport mode, coming back out here. Lean into it a little bit. Boost. Yeah. And I know I always say how I prefer V8 trucks, but this EcoBoost with the sport exhaust actually sounds pretty good. It may not sound as aggressive as the truck looks, but the way that this truck drives, if you drive it, it feels nimble and sporty in a way where this V6 actually kind of fits in. And driving over the bumps, you don't even realize that they're there. The ride quality in this truck is fantastic. This is better ride quality than any Ram that I've driven. I haven't driven a TRX, but this is better ride quality than the off-road package. Longhorn Limited Edition we reviewed in this channel. It's better ride quality than the Limited with the air suspension. The ride quality in this truck, I'm telling you guys, is fantastic. All right, guys, taking a step out here. Lean into it. Very good power. We'll take it out of sport mode though, because the transmission just holds our gear. We don't need to waste too much gas. Normal mode is more than fun enough. But overall, if you're looking for an off-road capable truck, the Raptor is obviously on your list. Everybody knows the Raptor. It's famous by now for its off-road capability. You're probably cross-shopping between the Raptor, maybe a ZR2 from Chevy, or even a Ram TRX. But the Ram TRX is like $30,000–$40,000 above the Raptor. It's a better competitor to the Raptor R, whereas the ZR2, it's not even close to off-road capable as the Raptor. Some of you guys may be all about the V8 engine, and in that case, sure, check out the ZR2. But this 3.5 liter EcoBoost, it's faster than the 6.2, noticeably faster. These tires are more aggressive. The truck itself is just a better overall truck, in my opinion, for off-road and on-road use compared to a ZR2. And price versus price, I can't justify really paying the extra $30,000–$40,000 for a Ram TRX. So if you're looking for an off-road capable full-size truck, I would definitely recommend checking out the 2023 Ford Raptor. And huge thanks to Samantha and the rest of the management and staff here at Jenkins Ford in Lincoln in Crystal River, Florida for helping make this review possible. I'll leave a link to their inventory below, and if you're looking for a new car, SUV, or truck in the Crystal River, Homosassa, Weeki Wachee area, I would definitely recommend checking these guys out and ask for Samantha. And huge thanks to all you guys for watching. I had a great time making this video. If you're new to the channel, please subscribe. If you've already subscribed, thank you so much. You guys know the channel is just not possible without you, and I really appreciate all the constant support. But again, if you haven't subscribed yet, please subscribe. Leave a like too. It really helps me out the YouTube algorithm. That's how these videos get promoted to new people. Leave a comment. Let me know what you like. Let me know what you don't like. Leave a comment. Let me know if there's any specific cars, SUVs, or trucks you'd like to see reviewed on this channel, and I'll definitely try getting those videos for you ASAP. But other than that, again, thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope all of you have a great day.